BSc in Botany from Rashtrasanta Tukadoji Maharaj Nagpur University, Nagpur during 2001. Afterwards, he joined as a research fellow in Science and Technology, Government of Maharashtra sponsored research project under the guidance of respected Dr. K.H. Makade sir. Then he did his PhD under the able guidance of Dr. A.D. Chaudhary sir from Department of Botany during the year 2008. Afterwards, after completing his PhD, he joined as a research fellow in Central Institute of Marine Chemicals and Research Institute at Bhavnagar, Gujarat. Then from 2009 onwards, he has joined as an assistant professor at DB Science College, Gondia. He has 20 research papers in the national and international report to his credit. He has also completed one minor research project and successfully guided one PhD student recently. I invite Dr. Mahesh Kawale sir to deliver his talk on plagiarism in research and teaching. Thank you, sir. Over to you, Kawale sir.
Thank you, Kushal sir. Am I audible?
Sir, आपकी आवाज कम आ रही है थोड़ी सी.
Yes, sir.
You are audible, but voice is quite
Hello.
less. Hello, sir.
Yes,
Now
sir.
it's okay.
Now it is okay.
Okay. So,
Continue, sir.
Thank you very much, Dr. Kushal, for introducing me. Along with Dr. Kushal, I want to express my sincere thanks to Dr. Dongarwar sir, who, because of whom I am speaking here, and he has provided me opportunity to present my present this work or present this topic in front of you. So today's topic of discussion is plagiarism in research as well as in teaching. Now the question arises, why this topic I have selected? Actually, I am a student of plant science and plant sciences, and I have done my PhD as well as research in various aspects of plants. Then why I have selected this plagiarism? Actually, I have seen one thing which you might have noted in your teaching tenure. That is, nowadays, because of API and PBS aspect, many of the faculties are writing books. Many faculties are writing books in the form of notes or books. And what they are doing just copying the reference books and preparing the new books. They are doing plagiarism. So I want to make I actually, through this presentation, I want to I want to explain, or I want to generate this awareness about the plagiarism, what is plagiarism, and so that the faculty members, so that all of you should know what is plagiarism. And I know that you already know the plagiarism, but various aspects of plagiarism. Okay, so with this, I am starting my presentation, plagiarism in research and teaching. So first of all, we should know what the literary meaning of this word plagiarism. The word plagiarism comes from a Latin word that is plagiarius, and the meaning of that word plagiarius is a kidnapper. Okay, so actually this aspect, you know very well that when someone steal our money or any ornaments or any TV set or any other important thing in our house, that is a crime. But if anyone is copying our writing or written part or written text, we do not consider that crime. Okay, so this is very important aspect. We should consider that also a crime, and as in a act or in a law, this is a crime. Okay, so this plagiarism, this word plagiarism, history of this word plagiarism goes back to the 1st century, when the Roman poet Martial used this term to complain about other poets stealing his verses. That was the first time someone has used this word plagiarism. And in case of science or in English language, particularly in English language, in 1601, Ben Jonson used this term plagiary in English language. Before that, there was no history of word plagiarism. Okay. So first of all, we should try to understand what is plagiarism. Plagiarism is an issue of great concern to the academic faculty, because as I have just now told you that many of the faculties nowadays, because of API, to increase our API, to increase the points in our PBAS, writing the books, writing the research papers, and this was not the condition before 2000. Before 2000, those who were interested, only those people write means um, used to write books, used to write research papers. Okay, so plagiarism is a moral, ethical, and legal issue. Plagiarism has been around for centuries. It is not like that this thing means come into come into the light, or come into the light means it is this plagiarism has been, it has been from centuries, but because of the invention of internet, or this internet becomes easily available to all of us, and this problem of plagiarism increased. So the internet and the subsequent proliferation of information have made the problem more serious. Plagiarism is in all walk of our life. So what is plagiarism? Plagiarism is nothing but a taking someone else's work and passing it off as one's own. Okay, so whatever the written part is there in already published text is there. If we are taking that already published text and using that text in as our own, without crediting that original author, then that can be a plagiarism. Many people think of plagiarism as a copying another's work or borrowing someone else's original idea. But the terms like copying and borrowing can discuss the seriousness of the offense. Okay, so this plagiarism made easy because of internet. Just now I have told you that this Google search engine have made this plagiarism very easy, because whatever you think, you can search on the Google and easily copy that text, copy that description, and paste it in your writing. Okay, your thesis or your paper or your book. So therefore, this internet and Google search engine has made this plagiarism very simple. So the actual definition of plagiarism is, as per the Merriam-Webster online dictionary, the plagiarism means to steal or steal and pass off the idea or the words of another as one's own. If someone is stealing some text, some matter, some data, even the some image, if you are stealing image or any photograph or any data, okay, from another written already published document, then that is plagiarism, if proper citation is not there, if proper acknowledgement is not there. Okay, so this is the part of the definition: to use another's production without crediting the source. As I have just now told you that if you are not citing uh, that that use, if you are using some data from some other published document and you are not crediting that original author, So that is plagiarism. To commit literary theft, you are taking the written words from another author, okay, to prevent as new and original idea or a product derived from existing source. Just a minute. Excuse me, sir. Just a minute. Hello, sir. Yes, sir. हाँ सर. हाँ सर. हाँ सर. हाँ सर. हाँ सर. हाँ. ठीक है. हाँ सर. हाँ सर. हाँ सर. हाँ. हाँ सर. ठीक है. Hello. Hello. Am I audible?
Yes, sir, you're
Yes,
audible.
Okay.
Continue,
Okay.
sir.
Okay. So I was talking about the definition of plagiarism. So to steal or pass off the idea and words of another as one's own, to use another production without crediting the source, to commit literary theft, and to present as a new and original an idea or a product derived from existing source without crediting, without acknowledging. So that is plagiarism. So in India, plagiarism is protected under Copyright Act 1957. So this is a crime. Okay. So this photograph or this cartoon explains the actual fact behind the plagiarism. What we are doing, taking the already published means not only in the form of research paper, published on web also. If something is published on the web, that also we are taking directly without crediting, and that is one of the type of plagiarism. Okay. So this is an example. I'm showing you one example the plagiarism is going on in our India particularly. So you are observing, you are seeing this the front page of two research papers. The first research paper is published in 2002. That is the Hybrid Recommender System Survey and Experiment. It was written by Robin Burke. This paper is published in one Springer journal, and it is published in 2002. And if you compare this first paper, front page of this first paper, with the front page of this second paper, research paper, and title of this research paper is also Hybrid Recommender System Survey and Experiment. If you compare both these research paper, what you will observe, line to line or word to word, both these papers are the same. Both these papers are same except the name of authors. Here is Robin Burke from USA, and here Vipul Vekaria from Rajkot, India, and Dr. G.R. Kulkarni from Surendranagar, India. Both these places are from Gujarat, and both these people, both these professors have still this complete paper from word to word, from the first word up to the last word, except this author name and the keywords change. Keywords are also changed. Okay, otherwise everything is same. Everything is same. So this Vekaria and Kulkarni took this complete paper and published in another journal in 2012. So this first paper, original paper, published in 2002 in one Springer journal, and from 2002 up to the 2012, in this 10-year, this paper, research paper, got the citation of 4,500. 4,500 times this paper got cited. So it was just just need time, or just need means incidence when this second or copy or plagiarized paper get published, immediately both these professor got caught. Means people from the science, physics and other related subjects, they came to know that this is a plagiarized paper, and both these professors are guilty. Okay, but both these professors, Dr. Vekaria and Dr. Kulkarni, uh, means they keep these publication in their Google Scholar, in their biodata everywhere. This is not the only paper they copied and they plagiarized. Similar to these, they have copied more than 2 to 3 papers, and they published similar type of papers. Only they changed the title, only they changed the name of author and keywords. Everything same. Okay. So this is the case of plagiarism, and called this type of plagiarism is called as a complete plagiarism. So why people plagiarize? Question arise: why people plagiarize? So the reason behind plagiarism are many reasons are there, like laziness is there, lack of knowledge is there, lack of enforcement, fear of failure, then competition, that is parental and colleagues pressure. But the main reason behind this plagiarism is pressure to publish for career advancement. CAS. Just now I have told you that API and PBAS. This is the main reason, and because of this, many people started publishing papers without interest, only just for the sake of uh, placement and sake of promotion. They started publish papers. So lack of time planning is also the another reason behind publishing research paper or plagiarism. And to influence others, this is also the reason, to influence seniors or that is the administration. They also started publishing papers. Many times, many people I have seen that they publish their own work. I'm not saying that they always steal the data from others. They publish their own work, but for many times, same data they publish for many times. So that is called as a self plagiarism. If you have done some work, one experiment you have carried out, and you are publishing that results of that experiment for 3 to 4 times, means what you are doing? You are doing plagiarism. So this is the case. Why people plagiarize? These are the different reasons, and I think that pressure to publish for career advancement and to influence others, these are the two main reasons behind this plagiarism. So the content to be checked necessarily under the guidelines of UGC for plagiarism. UGC have published the guidelines in 2018, and in that 2018 guidelines, they have recommended or they have guided that which kind of means documents you have to be checked for plagiarism. What are the documents you have to be checked for plagiarism? What documents you need not to be checked for plagiarism? All these things are already given by UGC in their guidelines. Okay, so the thesis, PhD thesis, chapters in books, then research papers, dissertation, full-fledged books, and any other similar work, these things you will have to be checked under the plagiarism, or you will have to test their or check their plagiarism level, how much content of or text of that thesis or research paper or dissertation is under plagiarism. Okay, so these things need to be plagiarism check. And the content not to be checked necessarily under the guidelines of UGC for plagiarism. These are the things like assignments need not to be checked, because these assignments we generally asked to submit by students, BSc students or MSc students. So those need not to be checked under plagiarism. Answer scripts, essays, courseworks, and project reports and term papers. These things need not to be checked under plagiarism, anti-plagiarism tools, but the PhD thesis are important. Then research paper manuscripts are important. Okay, so these things to be checked. Okay, so levels of plagiarism. At what level plagiarism is allowed and at what level plagiarism is not allowed. Okay, so there are actually these levels vary from university to university, but overall in India plagiarism would be quantified into following levels, that is similarity up to 10%. If any research paper or text document uh, is showing 10% plagiarism or up to 10% plagiarism, then that is excluded. That is excluded means if any research, if I have written one manuscript and I have trying this manuscript to be published in some some valuable journal. Okay, so 10% of similarity percent or similarity index, that is excluded. But level one of plagiarism is there in the similarity between 10 to 40%. If the similarity percentage is there between 10 to 40, then that is the level 1 type of plagiarism. Then level 2 type of plagiarism is between 40 to 60%, and level 3 type of plagiarism is above 60%. If any document is showing more than 60% plagiarism, then that is level 3 type of plagiarism. And there are penalties for all these levels. There are penalties. I am showing you the penalties. So 0 level means similarity up to 10%. That is the minor similarity, means it is excluded. Already I have already told you that this up to 10% level is up to 10% similarity level is, index is excluded, and that is considered as a minor similarity, minor similarity, and no penalty is given there. Okay, then level 1. In level 1, similarity between 10 to 40%. It is in this 10 to 40% similarity level shall be for the manuscript. If any manuscript is having 10 to 40% similarity index, then it is asked to withdraw that manuscript. In the level 2, where the similarity is between 40 to 60%, then that manuscript shall be asked to withdraw. Then along with all of the manuscript shall be denied a right to 1 annual increment. 1 annual increment is scrapped. Then along with that shall not be allowed to be a supervisor for a period of 2 years. That person who has done this means submitted that manuscript which have 40 to 60% similarity index, then that is banned for 2 years for supervising a PhD student. Then in level 3, similarity above 60%. In similarity above 60% shall be asked to withdraw the manuscript, shall be denied a right to 2 successive annual increments get scrapped, and shall not be allowed to be a supervisor for a period of 2 years. So these are the penalties. So this is the spectrum of offenses. If you go from left to right, you will find that there are some unintentional plagiarism. Many times it happens. It happens in it happens in the case of many expert writer also. Sometimes some unintentional plagiarism happens. Okay, but there are many deliberate plagiarism writers, plagiarism includers. Okay, so using a source too closely when the paraphrasing, so that is unintentional. Okay, building on someone's ideas without citation, so that from unintentional to intentional, this line goes towards intentional. Okay, so these acts are somewhat moving towards the intentional type of plagiarism, building on someone's idea without citation, copying from another source without citing on purpose or by accident, hiring someone to write your paper, buying or stealing or borrowing a paper, all these are deliberate plagiarism types, plagiarism types. But there are some incidences where unintentional plagiarism also takes place. So this is the background of plagiarism I have explained to you till now. Now come to the kinds of plagiarism. Now we are moving towards different types of plagiarism. So mainly there are two, as I have just now told you, that there are two basic types of plagiarism: unintentional and intentional. In unintentional, using minimal or careless paraphrasing is careless paraphrasing. Paraphrasing means when we are changing the words, we change the words of a sentence. But if you are doing that word change carelessly, okay, and that careless paraphrasing uh, gives leads to the unintentional type of paraphrasing. Failing to document or cite properly. If you are doing the paraphrasing properly, but you are not citing, you are not acknowledging the original authors. Quoting excessively. If you are giving quotes repeatedly quoting, that is also unintentional. Failing to use your own voice to present information or ideas. So all these types are comes under the unintentional type of plagiarism. And intentional, copying the friend's work, okay, buying or borrowing papers, cutting and pasting the text from sources without giving proper credit, borrowing media without giving credit, publishing on the web without the permission of original creators. So these are intentional type of plagiarisms. So you know that you might have heard this software, that is Turnitin. Turnitin is one plagiarism checking tool. We will discuss about the Turnitin in the coming slides in detail. Okay. So Turnitin is the leading plagiarism checking software or tool, and leading means leading in the throughout the world. Okay, this is us made software, and this software is one of the best software. This is a paid software. Okay, so in 2015, Turnitin identified 10 main forms of plagiarism that students commit. Student or also the faculty during the writing of research paper and writing of books. Okay, so in 2015 they made one survey, and through this survey they have identified these 10 forms. So what are these 10 forms? Submitting someone's work as their own. This is the first form of plagiarism generally observed throughout the world. Submitting someone other's work as their own. If I'm taking one research paper, reading that research paper and taking the content of that research paper directly without giving credit to that person or original author, taking passages from their own previous work without adding the citation. See, this is called as self-plagiarism. In 2020, UGC have given the guidelines for self-plagiarism. Okay, so this is very important aspect. When many times what we do, we take our own papers or earlier papers. We take our earlier papers and take the data from that data or any written part from that earlier papers, and again use directly in the next papers or in the recent papers. Okay, so without crediting that original paper, without giving credit to that earlier paper, so that is comes under self plagiarism. Rewriting someone's work without properly citing the source. I am writing some review paper and using some uh, hundreds or 200 references, using some 100 200 references, but not giving proper credit. Out of that 200, I am not giving credit to out 50 references. So that is called as plagiarism. Using quotations but not citing the source. If I'm using quotation mark, I'm using quotation mark but not citing the author name proper citation, I'm not giving. So that is also the academic plagiarism, interviewing various sources together in the work without citing. So this is also means I am taking the data from 4 5 different papers and mixing that data and developing some new type of text, okay, new matter, okay. So interviewing various sources together in the work without citing, that is also plagiarism. Citing some but not all passages that should be cited, okay. Just now I have told you that I have taken the data from 200 research papers but citing only 150 research papers. So that is also plagiarism. I am not citing all of them. Melding together cited and uncited sections of the piece, providing proper citation but failing to change the structure and wording of the borrowed ideas enough, that is called as a close paraphrasing. I am citing them, providing proper citation, but I am not changing their words. If I am not changing their words, I am taking the original sentence as it is, then that is also a plagiarism. Inaccurately citing the source. Inaccurately citing the source. For example, I have taken the data from XYZ research paper or XYZ author's paper, but I am giving the reference, or I am citing here someone else like ABC. Okay, so that is also a plagiarism. Relying too heavily on other people's work, failing to bring original thought into the text. So this is also a plagiarism. If I am relying on the others' work, not original, that not able to bring the original thought. So these are the 10 types or the forms of plagiarism given by the Turnitin. Then come to the main types of plagiarism. There are 6 7 types of plagiarisms are there. Just now we have observed one complete paper plagiarism. Complete plagiarism means a complete paper, word to word, completely copied, okay. So then that is called as a complete plagiarism. A piece of work copied entirely from one or more sources, example complete paper copying, okay. So this is the complete type of plagiarism. There is no one sentence or one paragraph copying, okay. Complete paper from first line to the last line, okay. That is called as a complete plagiarism. Then verbatim, what is verbatim? Verbatim is copy and paste. If I am taking one sentence from one paper, second sentence from second paper, okay, I'm taking the sentences or paragraphs from different sources and bringing those sentences or paragraphs in together and making a new paper, okay. So available information from of internet or electronic journals copied and used in paper. So this is called as a verbatim, copy and paste type of plagiarism. Then mosaic and patchwork plagiarism. If I am taking different data from different sources and mixing them up in my research paper. So text is interwoven with many different sources, including the writer's own idea. I'm using my own idea also, but mixing all of them, okay. So data from different sources, my own idea, everything get mixed and develop one research paper. That is called as a mosaic or patchwork type of plagiarism. Self plagiarism. Self plagiarism, I have already explained to you. Self plagiarism means when you or someone reuse our own previously written work or data in a new assignment and do not reference it appropriately. I am not citing that original research paper, but using that data from that original paper, okay. So that comes under self plagiarism. Then there is a word switch. Word switch, if you copy a sentence or a paragraph into your assignment and change few words, it will still be considered as a plagiarism, okay. So if I am taking sentences or paragraph from some source and changing simply few words I'm changing, okay. then that is called as a word switch type of plagiarism. Source-based plagiarism, when misleading sources are cited. For example, if writer may have two sources of information, but only one is cited. I have taken the data from two different sources, but I am citing only one author or paper of only one author. That is called as a source-based plagiarism. So these are the different types of plagiarism. So we have discussed here different types or forms of plagiarism. Now we are moving towards how to remove the plagiarism. How to remove? How to make our manuscript or our written chapter or our written book plagiarism free? Okay, so that we will discuss now. So one if you search on if you search the different methods of removing plagiarism, one shortcut method you will find in the YouTube, and that shortcut method is not ethical, not proper. Therefore don't use this method. Okay, so in this method, what we do, or what that writer or author do, it takes that person takes one paragraph or text and use find replace type of buttons. Find and replace, what things that author replaces. Find and replace the space between the words by space and white color any letter. For example, I have taken one paragraph and use the control F or find button. Okay, and selected space between the words for replacing, and replace that space between the words by space and white color I. White color I is hidden, remain hidden. Okay, that cannot be identified, or that cannot be means come under the plagiarism tools. Okay, so your complete text would become plagiarism free, but meaningless, because each word would start from I. That complete paragraph become meaningless because everything starts from I. Okay, so if you check the text in plagiarism checker, even in Turnitin, you will find no plagiarism. If you check that matter in Turnitin also, you will amazed that there will be no plagiarism, because everything, each and every word starts from I. Okay, but if you submit this manuscript to reputed journal, and at the time of revision, reviewers highlight the text, and he may observe the added I letter in the beginning of each word. And in such condition, or in that condition, you may be blacklisted for that journal. So therefore, this is the method where uh, where this the author or that culprit can be debarred, or you can say blacklisted for that journal. So therefore, don't use this method. This is very easy method. Within 1 or 2 minutes, you can you make your text plagiarism free. Okay, but don't use this method. Then what strategy should we use? We should use these four techniques. Just a minute, one phone call is coming. Okay, so we use these four techniques for removing the plagiarism from our text. First method is citation, second is quoting, third is paraphrasing, and fourth is summarizing. We should mix all these to blend the source material in with your own, making sure your own voice is heard. Okay, so these four techniques we should use and mix that complete or to develop our text plagiarism free. Okay, so this is the first method, that is citation. Citation is a formal reference to a published or unpublished source. If anything is unpublished, you should write there the main person behind that idea. if it is unpublished, okay, write the name of that person from whom you have taken that idea and write their unpublished work, okay. But you will have to, it is compulsory to cite or to give proper credit to that person, okay. Various types of citations are found in writing. There are various types of citations are there. The standard citation process methods are there, like APA is one method, that is American Psychological Association citation type is there, where you will have to give author name, year and page number. Then in there is another method, that is MLA. In MLA you will have to give author name and year only, no need to give page number. Then Vancouver in Vancouver system, this type of check this type of square and envelope is there, and in that you will have to write the in this square box you will have to write the number of reference, what is the number of that reference, okay. So there are many other types of citations are there, okay. You can cite the cite the some sites on the on websites also, okay. So online sources, you can cite the online sources also, find the source again. And to why this we have to cite the online sources, because if we want to find the source again to check the information or to acknowledge your sources for ethical reason, if you could find it, so can other researcher also. So therefore you will have to cite the offline published paper also and online published paper or online published matter also, you will have to cite, okay. So what is the process of citing online sources? You will have to write the author's last name and first name, then web page title in quotes, date of retrieved date, that is day, month and year, then main page title if available, and the URL, okay, that is the website address. These things we will have to give in the reference, online reference, okay. Date published or revised can also be given, okay. So this is the process of how to cite online source. Online source we can include in our bibliography, online source we can include in our reference, and you can cite that cite that online source in the text matter, in the introduction, in the review of literature also. Citing online sources, even the images also you will have to cite description of the description of title of image and the label, okay. Online image, what is the label of that online image, available at URL you will have to give, okay. So these are the different process, means this is the process of citing online source, okay. As I have already told you that image or the photograph, these are the things which we generally do not cite, okay. We ignore the images, we ignore the photographs, but they means those we will have to cite properly. Quoting directly is acceptable, quotation mark, okay. So second procedure of making our text or our written manuscript plagiarism free is the quotation. Always put the quotation mark around always put the quotation mark around any word that you take directly from the source. Always give credit to the source in bibliography and webography, okay. Usually only for online sources, okay. So quotation mark we generally keep the quotation mark for the some special sentences, but you can use this quotation mark in your introduction, in your review of literature. So that matter, whatever the matter you keep under the quotation mark, that is excluded from the plagiarism checker, okay. So the quotations are the exact words of an author copied directly from the source, word for word. Quotations must be cited, but here also you will have to give proper citation, okay. whatever you have quoted, but you will have to give proper credit to the original author. Okay, use quotation when you want to add the power of author's word to support your argument. You want to disagree with the author's argument. You want to highlight particular eloquent or powerful phrase or passage. You are comparing or contrasting specific point of view. You want to note the important research that precedes your own. So these are the incidences when quotation mark should be used. Then third mechanism which we generally use for removing plagiarism is paraphrasing. So paraphrasing is the best method or best way to remove the plagiarism. Reading a passage, learning what it means, and retelling it in your own voice or words is acceptable. So whatever thing, if you are referring some research paper, if you are using some book, if you are using some review article, okay, for your work, then you read that complete review article or complete research paper once or two times, and then uh, retell retell it in your own voice or in your own word. Always give credit to the source, and always give credit to the source. You will have to cite that original author. Paraphrasing is a rewording of paragraph, sentence, or a text to improve the quality and to reduce the plagiarism. What is paraphrasing? Paraphrasing is nothing but a rewording of paragraph, sentence, or text to improve the quality and to reduce the plagiarism. Okay. So paraphrasing, why, what is the reason why we want, why we have to paraphrase, or why this paraphrasing method is used for removing the plagiarism? So paraphrasing used to improve the clarity of writing. This is the main reason. If you want to improve the clarity of our writing, then to reduce the plagiarism, if you have paraphrased properly, if you have done the proper paraphrasing, then it definitely it will reduce the plagiarism. To make your research writing effective, if you want to make your writing effective, then this is the best method. Paraphrasing is the best method to correct the grammatical mistakes and to change the grammar change. Okay, so these are the four reasons for that we have to adopt the paraphrasing method. Okay, so there is one example I have given here. She angered me with her inappropriate comments, rumor spreading, and disrespectfulness at the formal dinner table. This is one sentence. If we want to paraphrase this whole sentence, after paraphrasing, we can write there. See, this is not a copying. We have read this sentence completely earlier, and then written this sentence by using paraphrase. She made me angry when she was rude at dinner table. So this is the method of paraphrasing. We have changed this sentence completely. In this is the sentence of two line, we have made this in one line. So the clarity of writing improves, then the plagiarism reduced, and the research writing become effective. All these things are done here. Okay, then paraphrasing means rephrasing the words of an author, putting his or her thoughts into your own words. When you paraphrase, you rework the source idea, word, phrases, and sentence structure with your own. Like quotations, paraphrase material must be followed with in-text documentation or cited on your work cited page. So whatever you paraphrase, you will have to give the citation properly. Paraphrase when you plan to use information on your note cards and wish to avoid plagiarism. Okay, you want to avoid overusing quotation. If you do not want to use quotation repeatedly, then paraphrase. You want to use your own voice to present information. If you want to use your own voice, your say, so then you will have to paraphrase. For paraphrasing, online softwares are available for paraphrasing. So there are number of paraphrasing softwares are available in the internet. Okay, so online softwares are available, some of which are paid and some are free of charge. One of the best paraphrasing software is Quillbot. You can use Quillbot, whatever paragraph you have written or you have taken from other source, you put that paragraph in Quillbot, then it will give you paraphrased product of your input. Okay, so this is the method of paraphrasing. So how to do paraphrasing? In paraphrasing we use synonyms, use different word classes, change the active to passive voice, and change the cause to effect. Okay, so these are the 4 strategies for developing or to paraphrasing. Okay, paraphrasing by using synonym. For example, uh, there is one sentence. Some people says that mobile phones should be banned in public places such as libraries, shops, and public transport. So here I have underlined some words like mobile phones. In place of mobile phones, we can use the synonym of mobile phone like cell phone. Should be replaced with the ought. Ban will be replaced by with the prohibited. Okay, and we will convert or we will paraphrase this whole sentence like, it is argued by many that cell phones ought to be prohibited in public places. So the same sentence I have paraphrased here. Okay, by using only synonyms. Okay, but you can use synonyms, then different word classes, active to passive voice, combinedly you can combine all these process methods and you paraphrase your sentence by using different word classes. See, this is one sentence, and by using different word classes we are paraphrasing this sentence. Okay, nowadays the amount of garbage we produce is increasing and this is becoming global trend. Now here there are some synonyms we are using. For example, nowadays will be replaced by these days, garbage will be replaced by the rubbish, produce will be produce. Here produce is a verb and we are converting this produce to production, so making it as a noun. Okay, so we are changing the word class. Then increasing, we are replacing increasing with the rise and global with the world. So this whole sentence we will change, and here the sentence get paraphrased like, these days there is a rise in the production of rubbish throughout the world. So the same sentence is changed here. So after changing or after paraphrasing this type of sentence, we will have to give proper citation here, then only it will ignored from the plagiarism. Okay, then there is another method of changing or paraphrasing, that is change active to passive voice. The government should be fund children's education. This is the active voice sentence. We can make this, children's education should be funded by the government. This is the passive voice. So likewise we can change the sentences in the paraphrase, change the cause to effect. Okay, so global warming is the effect. Okay, and what is the change, what is the cause? Cause is deforestation and emission of harmful gases. Global warming is due to the deforestation and emission of harmful gases. So the deforestation and emission of harmful gases are gases results in global warming. Okay, so this is the another method of how we can paraphrase. So these are the different methods of paraphrasing. Then there is another method of to remove plagiarism is summarizing. Summarizing involves putting the main idea of one or several writers into your own words, including only the main point. Summarizing the summaries are significantly shorter than the original and take a broad overview of the source material. Again, it is necessary to attribute summarized ideas to their original source. Summarize when you want to establish the background or offer an overview of the topic. You want to describe knowledge from several sources about a topic. You want to determine the main idea of a single source. So summarizing, you know how to summarize, but for online source, as an online source for summarizing, online software are available, some of which are paid and some are free of charge. Example, Quillbot. In Quillbot you can paraphrase also, you can summarize also. Quillbot is one of the best software, online software for paraphrasing as well as summarizing. And this Quillbot is actually available free of charge. Some parameters are there which are free of charge, and there are some subscription based also, means you will have to pay for some parameters. Okay, this is the thing which is need not to be cited, need not to be cite information. For example, to use common knowledge information that is known to many people, that need not to be cite. Okay, for example, George Washington was the first president of US. This is the common knowledge. Sri Narendra Modi is the current prime minister of India. This is the common knowledge information which is available commonly. So these things we need not to be cite, because this is excluded from the plagiarism. So now we are moving towards the next part of our presentation, that is this plagiarism? I'm giving you some sentences, and we will have to tell that is whether it is plagiarism or no, not plagiarism. Okay, so we are using one sentence related with the green eggs and hams. Okay, uh, one sentence is this plagiarism? One sentence is, many people do not like green eggs and hams. Is this plagiarism? Yes, this is a plagiarism. Because why this is plagiarism? We have not kept this phrase, that is, do not like green eggs and ham, in a quotation mark, and even we have not cited this sentence. Therefore this is a plagiarism. This type of sentences comes under the plagiarism. And in this, the percentage of similarity index will increase. Now this is the second sentence. Many people do not like green eggs and ham. Now here the do not like green eggs and ham are kept under the quotation mark. Okay, see, although it is kept under the quotation mark, but citation is not there. Therefore this is also a plagiarism. The phrase do not like green eggs and ham is in quote, showing that it is a fact someone else's work, but there is no reference listed in the citation. Okay, so therefore this is also a plagiarism. Then many people do not like green eggs and ham. Here the citation is given, that is Giselle in 1960. Whether it is a plagiarism? Yes, it is a plagiarism, because while a citation is present, the phrase do not like green eggs and ham is still taken word to word from the Giselle work. Lack of quotes implies that these are your words, which they are not. Therefore this is a plagiarism. Many people do not like green eggs and ham. Do not like green eggs and ham are kept under quotation mark, and citation is also given. Therefore now this sentence became the plagiarism free. Okay, this a plagiarism? No. The phrase do not like green eggs and ham is in quote, showing that it is someone else's work, and the correct citation is in place. However, most instructor would prefer you to paraphrase a quote like short and a quote this short and convey the meaning of the source. Okay, so this is the plagiarism free sentences. If we are taking another example, many people do not like green ham and eggs. Okay, is this a plagiarism? Yes, because adequate paraphrasing is not there. Even the citation is there, but proper paraphrasing is not there. Therefore now we have done paraphrasing. Many people have a strong distaste for forest colored fowl embryo and cured the domesticated pig product Giselle 1960. Is this a plagiarism? Yes, this is still not adequate paraphrasing. The sentence structure is still too similar to the original quotation, and you still can't put this one in quotes, because it's not your exact it's not the exact word of Giselle. Therefore we cannot keep these under the quotation mark. And paraphrasing has done, but that is not enough paraphrasing. Therefore it is a plagiarism. Now, next is that lack of familiarity with a particular preparation style of food is likely to lead to premature rejection based on the ignorance rather than an objective appraisal of inherent taste quality of that food. So this is the correct paraphrasing of that original sentence. Okay, is this a plagiarism? No, this is the adequate paraphrasing that represents Gisel's intended message, but it's not very readable. In fact, this pretty much represent everything people hate about the academic writing. Okay, so this is the best way of making that plagiarism free. So as I have already told you that there are some other things other than writing part which can be plagiarized. Plagiarism can be found in the following also, particularly in the images. If you are taking image from some source of internet, okay, and not giving proper credit, then that is plagiarism. If you are taking video, okay, if you are taking audio, so that is also comes under plagiarism. Now come to the anti-plagiarism tools. Which are the anti-plagiarism tools which we generally use? Manual detection requires substantial effort and excellent memory. It is very difficult to identify plagiarism manually. Only because of the computer we can identify plagiarism easily. Computer assisted detection allows vast collection of document to be compared with each other, and therefore this plagiarism detection becomes easy because of computer and internet. So these are the different tools of anti-plagiarism checking tools. Best and most used tool is Turnitin, that is the www.turnitin.com. Then second one is Urkund, www.urkund.com. Then there are some other tools like grammarly.com, I think authenticate.com, textru, then plagiarism.org, plagiarismchecker.com, plagiarismdetector.com. So these are the different tools of anti-plagiarism checking tools, and all these are paid. You need to pay something. Okay, then there are some free tools are also there, that is www.qtext.com. This is the free tool or free software available on the internet where you can easily identify the plagiarism or check the plagiarism. Then http edubirdie.com. Okay, so this is also a free software. Then plagiarisma.net, this is also free. So there are some free softwares are also there, and there are some paid softwares are there. Plagiarism detection tool by subscription means that is the paid, like Turnitin, plagiarismdetect.org, academic plagiarism, Blackboard, Grammarly, Authenticate. So these tools need to be subscribed. Okay, there are different charges for each and every tool. For example, if you take the example of Turnitin, Turnitin is one US based software, and it needs it means the rate of subscription vary from $15 to $150, okay, per year. So there are different rates for different subscription of different tools. Then these are the free open access, like Plag Scan, Plagiarism Checker, Dupli Checker, Paper Rater, Plagiarisma, Plagium, then CopyLeaks, Plag Tracker, Plag Scan. So all these are open access, free of charge. But one thing is there: if you are using open access, that is not means 100% credibility is not there for all these free available softwares. Turnitin is the best. UGC also recommended the Turnitin for checking plagiarism in their guidelines. Now this is an example how this Turnitin how this Turnitin check the plagiarism. See, this is one example I am showing here. Complete text. Once you submit your text or file or upload your file in the Turnitin, it will give you a result and highlight your text in different colors. The matter or the text which is not highlighted, it is plagiarism free. But whatever the text is highlighted, that is that is plagiarized. For example, this is the orange color highlighted matter of this line in these two lines. This orange color highlighted matter is labeled with the number 1. Number 1 means this is copied or this is plagiarized from paper number or reference number 1. Reference number 1 is this one, that is www.globalwarming.art.com likewise. Okay, so from this paper number 1, 14% matter has been taken in this paper. 14% data or matter has been taken from this paper number 1. Then in this second pink color matter, here there is 14 number reference is there, means this matter has been taken from the 14 number reference. So likewise, we will have to check the plagiarism by turn 18. Then for avoiding plagiarism, we have already discussed attribute the references, describe all the sources of information, give acknowledgement, provide footnotes, use quotation marks whenever required, paraphrase the original and attributed work. For extensive quotation, obtain the permission from the publisher of the original work. Avoid self-plagiarism by taking permission from the publisher of the previous article authored by you. Obtain the permission for use of published drawing and other illustrations. So these are the different methods for avoiding plagiarism. We have already discussed all these things in detail. Now, next is what happens. Some examples I am giving to you. What happens to plagiarist? If anyone has done plagiarism, there are some well-known examples or case studies I am giving to you, and these punishments are there. For example, plagiarism may result in serious sanctions, including public disclosure, loss of research funding, loss of professional stature, and termination of employment, legal action against the individuals committing plagiarism. So these are the different punishment types which that person who has done plagiarism can be found guilty. Okay. Now, this is the one of the best example of Delhi University. This is the person, Dr. Deepak Pental. Okay, so this was this person, Deepak Pental, was the VC, Vice Chancellor of Delhi University, and it has been observed that it has been found that he had done some plagiarism. Partha Sarthi was one scientist from South India, had claimed that the Pental, Deepak Pental, and postdoctoral research student of KVSK Prasad plagiarized Sarthi's paper and published it as their own between 2000 to 2002. This is the case of Delhi University. Ex-VC of Delhi University sent to jail for plagiarism and then released. So this is the first well-known example of India. Then 2 PhD guides found guilty of plagiarism. 2 professors from Marathwada, 2 professors from zoology department working in the Ahmednagar based college affiliated to University of Pune have been stripped of their status as a PhD guide, and 2 increments have been stopped after they were found guilty of plagiarism. A professor, Dr. M. Arif Sheikh, and Dr. Balraj Khobragade had allegedly lifted some content from research paper published in 2012 by a professor attached to Pune's premier Agarkar Research Institute. Professor and used them in their own research papers. A departmental inquiry was ordered in 2012 by the Board of College and University Development, that is BCUD, following Professor Dr. Surendra Gadbi, head division of animal sciences at Agarkar Research Institute, approached the varsity and registered the complaint against the 2 professors. Okay, so Gaikwad said that both the professors were issued show cause notice, to which they had replied and confessed to the plagiarism and tendered their apology. They also offered their apologies to the ARI. ARI means Agarkar Research Institute researcher. But what they did was against the academic ethics. We had constituted the inquiry and they had found guilty, and now we have taken action against them. So what happened afterwards? These two professors, the increments of these two professors has been stopped, and PhD guide status has been stripped off. Okay, so these are the cases. How and these are the true cases. Then there is a real life consequence, particularly related to Dr. B.S. Rajput, who was Vice Chancellor of Kumaon University, India in 2002. When various physicists in India started a website alleging that some of his his papers claimed authorship of work reportedly earlier by other researchers. Okay. The principal allegation was that a paper published by S.C. Joshi and B.S. Rajput entitled Axion Dilated Black Holes with SL Symmetry through APT FGP Model in Europhysics Letters, volume 57, number 5, was entirely copied from a 6-year-old paper by Renata Kalash of Stanford University. Later on, this Dr. Kalash has complained this case to Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam, then President of India, and then the departmental level inquiry was set on Dr. B.S. Rajput, and then that Professor B.S. Rajput resigned from the Vice Chancellor position. So likewise, these are the cases of plagiarism. Okay. Then there was one person, Dr. Ashok Pandey, scientist of National Institute of Interdisciplinary Sciences and Technology of India's CSIR. He is the editor of several well-known international journals in biotechnology. He appears in the list of most cited author and received the Thomson Scientific Citation Laureate Award in 2006. His paper, cited as Balakrishnan and Pandey, influenced the amino acid on the synthesis of cyclosporin A by Toliplocladium inflatum. Applied microbiology biotechnology. This was the volume number and page number, which was published as an original article in July 1996. Was extensively plagiarized version of J. Lee and S. N. Agathos 1989 effect of amino acid on the production of cyclosporin A by Tolipodium inflatum biotechnology later. This was the volume number and page number. So such type of incidences are there in India also. Okay. Then this is the case of H. Rangaswamy and Gopal Kundu, particularly in NCCS Pune. Okay. So likewise there are so this is the case of chemistry professor accused of plagiarizing more than 70 articles. University Executive Council of Sri Venkateswara University banned their chemistry professor accused of plagiarizing not one or two research paper but almost 70 papers. Almost 70 papers. एक मिनट. Just a minute. Hello. Hello.
Yes, sir, you are audible.
Audible, na?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
You are audible.
So, chemistry professor accused of plagiarizing more than 70 articles. So, this person, chemistry professor from Sri Venkateswara University, copied or plagiarized almost 70 research papers. Almost of all these research papers were published between 2004 to 2007. The institution banned the professor from taking any research guidance along with the upcoming examination work. Similarly, Kavya Vishwanathan was also accused of plagiarizing for her novel. Then likewise there are many examples are there. Okay. So quality for selection of a paper, particularly when we submit any article to the journal or for publishing any book chapter or for publishing any book, editors and reviewers of a scholarly journal look for the following following points: selection of a paper for its inclusion in a journal. Originality should be there. Whatever you submit, there should be something original. Okay, what's new about the subject in your manuscript? What is there new? Okay, what is new in your article? Okay, relevance to the extension of existing knowledge. Is it relevant to the subject, or is it relevant to the extension of existing knowledge? Then research methodology. Are conclusion valid or objective and conclusion are valid or not? Okay, clarity, structure and quality of writing. What is the quality of writing? Whatever you are writing, is it clear, or quality is there or not? Okay, sound and logical progression of argument. Currency of references are properly cited or not? Okay, compliance to the editorial scope and objectives of the journal. So all these things are observed, then only the papers or the manuscripts get selected for the journal. Okay, so these are the things we will have to focus. Okay, so overall, my conclusion of my presentation is that in India, in absence of database of thesis and dissertation, it is very easy to plagiarize them from one university to another university, and even in the same university. So we do not have any proper database. Just now UGC have started, that is Shodh Ganga, okay, where PhD thesis have to be submitted, but many universities have not submitting the theses in Shodh Ganga. Okay, so
हेलो पार्टिसिपेंट्स, आपको आवाज आ रही है क्या सर की?
मैम
नो मैम, नहीं मैडम।
ओके,
विशाल सर, उनको कॉल करके बताओ ना महेश।
Hello. Just wait for 2 minutes.
Okay.
Kawale sir. Kawale sir, are you there?
friends, please wait. Sir has disconnected. He may rejoin.
Hello, am I audible?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, sorry, madam, some technical problem was there. Screen is visible?
No.
No, sir, you kindly reshare it.
Okay. So I was on the conclusion part only.
Yes,
As
sir.
I have already told you that in India there is one problem that the proper database is not available of PhD thesis or any research papers. So this type of database should have been there. Then only we can control this plagiarism, because what is going on that PhD thesis from one university is get submitted can be submitted in another university as a new topic. Okay, so therefore proper database should be there. Also, in case of many other subjects, PhD theses are also alleged to use plagiarism practices in another kind. PhD theses include word-to-word translation from English to Hindi of a book in most of its chapter. India requires an anti-plagiarism policy in academic and develop its own anti-plagiarism software. With above discussion, it is clear that if plagiarism is easy, the tools to detect plagiarism are also available easily. Beware and avoid plagiarism. Otherwise, you may be another example being quoted as a XYZ controversy. So these are the references which I have used for this for preparing this presentation. So the say no to the plagiarism, say no to cut and paste. And thank you very much for listening my lecture patiently. And I want to thanks Dr. Dongarwar sir, the HRDC Nagpur University Nagpur, and all the participants. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Kawale, sir. Very nice presentation. Thank you for
Thank you,
all
sir.
the information.
Thank you, sir. If you have any question, you can ask.
Any
Hello.
question?
Yes, ma'am.
Hello.
Hello.
Yes.
Yes.
Sir.
Yes.
Thank you for your nice presentation on plagiarism.
Yes, sir.
Sir, I would like to ask one question.
Yes.
It may be my personal opinion, okay?
Okay.
There are some book publishers in the market,
Yes, sir.
है ना?
Yes.
स्पेशली मैंने देखा है कि वो आर्ट्स वाले जो कम्युनिटीज के टीचर्स रहते हैं,
जी।
जिन्हें मतलब थोड़े लेजी टाइप या फिर चाहिए बुक पब्लिश करके देना चाहिए किसी ने,
Yes, sir.
सो
Yes,
दे पेड मनी। और करने वाला क्या करता है सर कि अमरावती यूनिवर्सिटी का बुक एज इट इज
हाँ,
इस बंदे के नाम से कवर पेज वगैरह बना के पब्लिश कर देता है।
बराबर।
सो मतलब इस चीज को मतलब रोका नहीं जा सकता क्या?
रोका
अवॉइड
रोका
और
जा सकता है।
वही बुक इस्तेमाल करके सर, वही बुक यूटिलाइज करके दे गेट प्रमोटेड, दे गेट प्लेसमेंट हो जाता है।
प्लेसमेंट हो जाता है, बराबर है।
हाँ,
सर,
so
यही तो रीजन है सर। मैंने ये टॉपिक सिलेक्ट करने के पीछे का रीजन यही है। आजकल ये जो काम है ये बहुत मतलब धड़ल्ले से चल रहा है।
धड़ल्ले से चल रहा है, यस यस। और मतलब मैं ये देखता हूँ ना तो बड़ा विचित्र लगता है कि व्हाट इज
बुरा
गोइंग ऑन।
लगता है सर, बुरा लगता है। जो
और
सिंसियर
सर दूसरी
सिंसियर
बात,
राइटर्स है, सिंसियर वर्कर्स है।
कंपैरिजन नहीं करनी है सर, आई डोंट वांट टू कंपेयर, लेकिन होता क्या है सर, यही बात अगर हम साइंस वाले करने जाए
हाँ।
तो as we have to publish everything online, है ना?
यस सर, यस सर।
हेलो, am I
हाँ,
audible
यस
सर?
यस
हाँ,
यस
तो ये चीजें हमारे इसमें पॉसिबल ही नहीं है। नो डाउट
हाँ
हमें ये करनी भी नहीं है।
हाँ
बट
सर,
यहाँ पर मतलब डिस्क्रिमिनेशन हो जाता है।
बराबर है।
किसी किसी को तुरंत प्लेसमेंट मिल जाता है ऐसे काम करके, और हमारा एक पेपर अगर हम स्कोपस में डाले या एल्सेवियर में डाले तो वी हैव टू वेट फॉर एटलीस्ट 6 months. उसके
Yes,
बाद
yes.
भी वो एक्सेप्टेंस आएगा या नहीं आएगा,
जरूर।
इसकी कोई श्योरिटी नहीं रहती. तो
Yes, yes.
इस पर कुछ मतलब कम्युनिटी जो है हमारी साइंटिफिक कम्युनिटी, ये कुछ वर्कआउट कर रहे नहीं कर रहे?
नहीं सर,
There should
क्या
be
है ना, गवर्नमेंट के तरफ से जो कॉपीराइट एक्ट है उसमें बहुत सारे स्ट्रिंजेंट ये दिए गए हैं, है ना. पर ये ऑन हेलो.
हाँ सर, यू आर ऑडिबल सर.
हाँ. तो इसमें जो है गवर्नमेंट के तरफ से कॉपीराइट एक्ट जो है 1957 का, उसमें प्रॉपरली इंस्ट्रक्शंस दिए गए हैं सर. लेकिन ये जो केसेस है, ये केसेस मतलब सामने लाना और उसके ऊपर एक्शन होना, ये अभी तक अवेयरनेस अपने में आया नहीं है सर. हम लोगों में ही प्रॉब्लम है, हम लोग उसको प्रॉपरली ये नहीं कर पा रहे, प्रॉपरली उसको लाइमलाइट में ला नहीं रहे, फोकस में नहीं ला पा रहे हैं.
वो तो है सर, रिस्ट्रिक्शन आ ही जाते हैं. अभी मतलब मेरे ही कॉलेज में अगर ऐसा हो रहा है, मेरे आंखों के सामने हो रहा है, बट आई एम नॉट सपोज टू है ना अपोज देम.
यस यस.
क्योंकि बहुत से लोग, अभी बोलना तो नहीं चाहिए, कुछ लोग तो प्रिंसिपल और वाइस प्रिंसिपल बन बैठे हैं ऐसा करके. मतलब मैं किसी स्पेशल बैकग्राउंड के बारे में बोल रहा हूँ, ऐसा नहीं है. होप माय क्वेश्चन इज नॉट सो रॉन्ग, बट इट हैज टू बी डन सर.
या
राकेश सर, कूल डाउन.
नहीं ऐसा कुछ नहीं है.
एक्सक्यूज मी.
कावळे सर नमस्कार.
नमस्कार सर.
कावळे सर नमस्कार.
यस सर.
हॅलो.
कावळे
सर नमस्कार.
हा सर, बोला सर.
मला हे जे प्लेगरिझम चेकरची जी साईट एक तुम्ही इथे स्लाइड शेअर केली होती ना सर,
हा सर.
ती पुन्हा रिपीट दाखवाल का?
हो सर, दाखवता येईल ना. ही वाली.
हा, त्याच्यामध्ये खूप सारे साईट दिलेले आहेत प्लॅगिरिझम साठी. याच्या आधीची,
याच्या
आधीच्या 2. याच्या आधीची, याच्या आधीची.
हा सर.
हा हे सर, हे जे साईट इथे दिलेले आहेत,
हो सर.
टूल्स दिलेले आहेत, मग याचा कसा वापर करू शकतो आपण? कोणत्या पद्धतीने
आपण
वापर करू शकतो?
वेबसाईट वापर करू शकतो म्हणजे पहा, तुम्हाला एक तर यांचं सबस्क्रिप्शन, हे जेवढे पेड आहेत ना, हे जेवढे पेड सॉफ्टवेअर्स आहेत ना, त्यांचा सबस्क्रिप्शन घ्यावं लागतो सर. किंवा असे बरेचसे लोक आहेत ज्यांनी सबस्क्राईब केलेलं आहे, त्यांच्याकडे तुम्ही काही पार्शल पेमेंट करून तुम्ही त्यांच्याकडनं आपला पेपर चेक करून घेऊ शकता. आलं का लक्षात? अदरवाईज
ऑलरेडी सबस्क्राईब केलेलं आहे.
हो. आणि अदरवाईज हे
फ्री आहेत ते.
फ्री आहे ते. ह्या वेबसाईटवर जायचं, तिथे तुम्हाला लेफ्ट हँड साईडला एक बॉक्स मिळेल, तिथे आपला टेक्स्ट पेस्ट करायचा. तो राईट हँड साईडला तो जो आहे तो त्याच्यामधनं पर्सेंटेज सांगतो. किंवा कोणत्या तरी काही
डायरेक्ट बॉक्स ओपन होतो.
हो. आणि काही ठिकाणी जे आहे ते फाईल अपलोड करायला सांगते. पण याचा एक ड्रॉबॅक आहे फ्रीवाल्यांचा, की कोणती वेबसाईट ऑथेंटिक आहे ना कोणती नाही आहे. कारण की माहितीये का, काही जे सॉफ्टवेअर्स आहेत ना, ते तुमचे जे मॅन्युस्क्रिप्ट आहेत ते आपल्याकडे सेव्ह करून ठेवतात बेटे.
अच्छा. म्हणजे ते स्वतः चोरी करू शकतात.
हा, स्वतःही चोरी करू शकतात.
अच्छा. म्हणून हे पेड वाले आपण ऑथेंटिक समजू शकतो.
हो.
ठीक. थँक्यू सर.
वेलकम सर.
हॅलो
मॅडम.
हॅलो सर, गुड आफ्टरनून.
मॅडम.
सर, मला एक विचारायचं होतं की आपण सपोज करा की 5 मटेरियलवर 5 प्लांटवर वर्क केलं आहे, सेम मेथडॉलॉजी अप्लाय केली आहे समजा. ठीक आहे. आता आपल्याला 5 प्लांटचे जर समजा 5 पेपर पब्लिश करायचे आहे, मेथडॉलॉजी तर सगळीकडे सेमच राहील ना सर?
सेमच राहील, बरोबर आहे. फक्त तुम्ही त्याला प्रॉपर सायटेशन द्या. सायटेशन
समजा
प्रॉपर
मी
द्या.
पहिला प्लांट पब्लिश केला, नाही पहिला प्लांट मी पब्लिश केला सपोज करा, मग
हो, हो.
त्याला सेकंड टाइम वापरायचं आहे मला सेम मेथडॉलॉजीला, तर माझ्याच पेपरचं मला सायटेशन वापरावं लागेल.
तुम्हाला तुमच्याच पेपरचं सायटेशन द्यावं लागेल किंवा तुम्ही जी मेथड घेतली आहे ज्याचे ओरिजिनल ज्याच्याकडनं ओरिजिनल घेतली आहे त्याचं सायटेशन द्यावं लागेल, तुमचंही सायटेशन द्यावं लागेल, तुम्ही तिथे तुमचा रेफरन्स द्यावा लागेल.
ओके ओके.
Citation is the most or the best method to काय म्हणतात कमी करता येतो जो प्लॅगॅरिझम कमी करण्याचा सगळ्यात बेस्ट मेथड आहे सायटेशन. तुम्ही प्रॉपरली साईट करा, तुमचा प्लॅगॅरिझम मध्ये पर्सेंटेज कमी होऊन जाईल. पण आपण जनरली काय करतो की कंटेंट घेत जातो आणि सायटेशन द्यायला आपण विसरून जातो.
हो, नाही आता आपल्याला असं वाटतं की आपलीच मेथड आहे, आपण पहिल्या पेपरमध्ये यूज केली आहे, तर नेक्स्ट पेपरमध्ये आपणच आपलं नाव
नाही
काय
मॅडम,
लिहायचं.
ते सेल्फ प्लॅगॅरिझम मध्ये ते 2020 मध्ये युजीसीने त्याच्यासाठी नोटिफिकेशन काढलेलं आहे. इव्हन
Okay,
आपल्या
sir.
डिस्कशन
Thank you.
इव्हन आपल्या डिस्कशन मधून जो जातो ना
हो.
त्या सुद्धा गोष्टी आपण कलिग म्हणून डिस्कस करत असतो आणि त्याच्यातली एखादी आयडिया आपण घेऊन घेतो एखाद्याची, त्याला प्रॉपर
हो.
एक्नॉलेज करणं गरजेचं असतं.
आता सर ते व्हर्बली असलं समजा तर त्याचं काय एक्नॉलेजमेंट कसं करायचं मग?
नाही तुम्ही व्हर्बली असले तर चालेल म्हणा, परंतु तुम्हाला त्यांना द्यावं लागेल, काही ना काही क्रेडिट द्यावं लागेल.
ओके ओके सर. थँक्यू सर.
थँक्यू मॅडम.
Hello, sir.
Hello, ma'am.
Mine is also the same question. Like if we have worked on the two plants and the methodology remains the same,
Yes.
then except the names, everything will be same.
Yes.
So how will that be justified, or will that be caught in plagiarism? Like,
Yes, definitely it will come under plagiarism.
but sir,
Definitely.
then how to go about it if we want to publish for the two different plants, same methodology?
Same methodology is there, but then you will have to cite them properly. Citation should be there.
Say it's my work only.
Yes. Definitely it will be your work only, but then also you will have to cite properly, give the references time to time, and after each paragraph or each methodology you have given, after that you will have to give the reference or cite.
So how much percent of self plagiarism is accepted?
As far as self plagiarism is concerned, there is no as such guideline how much percentage is accepted, but overall in your paper not more than 10% plagiarism should not be there.
Right, sir, because one of my friends, when she was writing thesis, she had published some papers before, and that they came in overall plagiarism. So she had to remove it, like she had to change it, the language, etc.
Yes.
Of her paper also.
Yes. It is there, ma'am.
Secondly, sir, I want to know that how much percentage of people get caught.
Percentage is very less, ma'am.
Right,
Because
sir. That is it.
Percentage is very less. See, there are many participants are my friend here. They know one person from Jalgaon University. Our friend is there. Okay. So once what happened in 2003, he joined the Jalgaon University, and then one of student come to him and ask, should we publish one paper? Okay. He asked, should we publish one paper? He directly accepted his proposal, and that student completely plagiarized. मीन्स उसने क्या किया, उसने पूरी तरीके से एक पेपर, पुराना पेपर निकाला, उसको कॉपी पेस्ट किया और उसके नाम के साथ में पब्लिश कर दिया. तो वो स्टूडेंट को कुछ नहीं हुआ मैम, लेकिन जो फैकल्टी, जो हमारे फ्रेंड थे, उनका 2 से 3 साल तक उनको सस्पेंड किया गया यूनिवर्सिटी से.
That is it. I am saying, sir, very less percentage of people.
Yes. तो ये कम परसेंटेज है, इसलिए हमने करना चाहिए, नहीं करना चाहिए.
I don't know, sir, but then it causes frustration. Like some people are working very sincerely on the experiments, and other are just changing the readings and publishing their results. So it comes a feeling of like frustration. Like some work so hard and some just do it that way.
But ma'am, there is self satisfaction नाम की भी कोई चीज होती है ना.
Right.
आप कितना भी पेपर पब्लिश करो, लेकिन आपने वो कैसे किया है, वो चोरी करके किया है, तो उससे कोई मतलब नहीं है ना.
That's it, sir. That's the difference.
Yes.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
Okay, sir, with many minute things observed as a plagiarism, you have explained your topic in nice manner. Certainly, participants will take care of plagiarism in their work. And on behalf of UGC HRDC and RTM Nagpur University Nagpur, and on behalf of all the participants, and also on my personal behalf, I would like to give my sincere thanks to the speaker, Dr. Mahesh Kawale, sir. Thank you for sharing valuable information with us, sir. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Mahesh, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, Kawale sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you all of you for your patient listening. Now you can proceed for 5 minutes refreshment break, and then we will start with our seminars.